What is up, gente? Welcome to Consafos with Sacred Hurt. I'm Sacred Hurt, and today we're going to be reacting to Housephone calling out Adam22, and apparently he throws a drink at him. Now, I haven't seen this yet, and I'm going to be reacting alongside with you. But first, be sure to hit that like, subscribe if you already haven't, and make sure to let me know your opinions in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's see what all the hype is about. Let's see Housephone get Adam. Let's see.
Me getting that out of the way to start was probably even worse.
Yep. It's good to see you guys.
It's good to see you guys too.
I know.
It's been a few weeks.
I missed y'all.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks.
What's up, Housephone? I seen your bitch ass.
Because Adam's been hiding.
Oh shit, man. So what's up? Why weren't we here last week? What happened?
Well, you hadn't responded to me, right? And then you were on the way here, but I had already told Bush and AD, like, well, he didn't respond, so I feel like he's not coming, so maybe we should just take the week off.
Wow.
When the fuck have you ever felt like we needed to take the week off because of me?
When have we ever had... Well, you're right.
I love that Housephone was like, calling caps for everybody, 4 caps all around, cap. Not true. Love it.
Like 5
That's
times.
a valid question. 2 days. This day is going.
We're not going to rewrite history and act as if I didn't have a valid reason at that time for trying to replace it.
That was a valid enough reason for you to cancel the whole show.
No, okay. But if you want to know, yes, like this whole thing has been a little challenging for me as well, and has really I've never had a time on the show where I felt like something negative happened to you in particular that made me question the nature of our relationship and what I fucking owe to each individual host to that extent. And to be honest, I just really didn't feel like being on camera, and really didn't feel like having to come on here and string together a podcast while I was just
But that's because
thinking about.
That's because you didn't speak to me though. If you would have spoke to me and I would have been like, yeah, it's all good. Like, let's fucking do the show. You would have did the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I wanted to have that conversation with you beforehand, I guess, which we
So you could
didn't
look
end
like,
up doing.
so you could look like the good guy.
No, I just wanted to have the conversation so that I could kind of
Get him, Housephone. Fucking calling him out.
Well, you did this shit to me publicly, so let me address you.
And I'm fine with
I
that
agree.
happening as well.
How long have we been working together, Adam, you think?
I'm gonna say 2016 to be safe. Maybe 2015.
Like, my whole problem with this whole shit is that, like, I never asked you to take my name out of the title.
Wow.
I never asked you to not lay a joke on me. I never really took any of this shit serious enough to where I really called you the way that I called you. So, like, you hitting me with this, I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to eat. It's been bothering me. That's shit bullshit. You don't believe it.
He said that is straight bullshit. He said, I don't believe that you feel so bad about what you've done to me. Me being Housephone. I'm speaking as Housephone now. And I agree that sounds like a bullshit response, because historically, Adam tends to not show up whenever there's confrontation or heat, let's just call it, that is pointed in his direction. And my boy, it's an old adage, but it stood the test of time because it is true. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, okay? And basically, Housephone at this point is calling you a little weak weak sauce. We'll call you weak sauce. But I'm loving it. I love that Housephone is telling. Look at Lush's face. He's like, uh-oh. But I love that Housephone is telling Adam to his face and calling Cap. Because, like I said, historically, Adam22 will disappear. His confrontation style is phantom. He disappears. So let's see what else Housephone has to say to Mr. 22.
You think I'm just lying on
Adam,
that sociopathic?
Yes, I 1000% believe that. And I believe that the only reason that you even give a fuck is because everybody else is calling you an asshole.
But why?
Everybody else is looking at you like a piece of shit.
But you saw the text message. You saw how strongly worded I was urging the fucking editors to make sure that it was taken out. Like,
But
you know what my intentions
I
were,
called
right?
you specifically and asked you, bro, your lack of you didn't even sound like you was even listening to me when I called you on the phone. Your tone was just, I don't give a fuck. I knew that I was wasting my breath by even asking you to edit it, or
how are you wasting your breath when you
I
saw
asked
the text
you
message?
not to put it out.
You asked me to edit it out.
I
You
didn't
didn't tell me to
put it
not
out.
put it out.
The first thing that I said was, can you not put it out? But I knew as soon as I came out of my mouth that I was wasting my breath because I know you and I know you're not gonna, like, you basically the way that you view shit is like, I'm not gonna throw away this content. Oh, I filmed this thing, so I'm not gonna not put it out.
He basically just told him, you're a bad person. You didn't listen to what I had to say. He's Housephone being the one that's being affected by all of this. And what everyone else has been saying about Adam22 is that he is a user. And so he put out the content anyways. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Not all money is good money. And hopefully, you know, with all of these things that have been happening, and it's unfortunate because it's affecting it's affecting Housephone's life, right? His girlfriend, Ace Girl Cheeks, you know, had mentioned that Housephone is getting questioned by his family and friends and this and that, when it's really nobody's business. It was no one's business what Housephone did. If he did it, allegedly did it, you know what I mean? It's no one's business. And I really hope that a lot of these No Jumper employees will stop looking at Adam as their friend. He has proven himself time and time again not worthy of being their friend. Why are they so loyal to this man? For the money? Because if that's the case, then this is the price that you have to pay. Is it worth it? I don't know. Housephone doesn't seem too impressed. Let's see.
Never even considered not putting it out, to be totally honest. Like, I never even had that idea because I thought we're going to edit it out, because I thought that the most likely scenario if we didn't put it out would be this person being so enraged that it was worse than the situation that would have played out if they just edited it out.
But guess what?
That is
That would
bullshit.
have been a bridge we would have crossed when we would have got there. That would have had nothing to do with you. You would have been far removed from it. It would have been something I would have had to deal with on my own.
But let's
basically Housephone telling Adam22 has so little self-awareness or cognitive dissonance. It boggles my mind. Housephone is right. If that person had a problem that they went all the way over to No Jumper and did an interview that didn't air, too bad, so sad, right? Housephone, Adam, you claim is your friend. He has also been your writer since 2016, apparently. And you think that some person is worth more loyalty, respect than Housephone, the person that's built this company alongside with you? You're crazy. You're absolutely nutso gonzo. Housephone, I mean, there was no way that I was going to be against Housephone, but I love that he is laying it all out on the line. and he is telling Adam22 exactly how he feels about the situation, because he is absolutely right now. I'm your employee. I'm your friend. I've been here with you. I've rode with you. I've built this with you. If this person is going to be upset because we didn't put out the content, excuse me, oh well.
Let's say that they had properly edited everything out and there wasn't anything in that episode that's
I mean, they
suggested
still
anything
would have
about
put
you.
two and two together.
No, because I told them to take out everything where there was any instance of this person saying anything about anyone I knew. That was the intention.
But-
And if that had happened,
But the
Which
intent,
I-
the
you know,
intention doesn't matter at a certain point.
I agree. And that's why I felt like shit about it.
I don't give a fuck about you
But
feeling
I
like
can't believe
shit.
that you're acting like you don't believe me.
You keep trying to do this victim white boy thing where you're like, you're trying to make it about you. It's not about you, Adam.
I understand that
Like,
you
this
have
shit
clearly
has
suffered a lot more from
Bro,
this. I
this
just
shit has
also want you to understand that
Okay, so I don't think, the only thing I'm going to say about that, it's not victim white boy thing. I don't think that this is a race issue. This is Adam being a bad person. I don't care if he's white, Asian, black, Mexican, you know what I mean? Like, what? This is a bad person. This is a person who does not value his friends. His friends, his alleged friends, he has no value. He gives them no value. And he uses them. But they are his employees. They should know. And especially Housephone, he's been with him the longest. And they've gone through so many other situations where other employees have called him out and said, you're going to see. One day, he's going to do it to you. And today was the day, I guess. Well, not today, but you know. You get what I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck. It's not about you. It's not about you at all.
I'm not trying to make
you
it about me.
You had the power in your hand for it not to happen at all.
And you
This is
saw the
your
text
comment.
messages of me trying
Oh, yes.
in vain to make that happen, right?
You-
You saw the editor
you
come
could've-
on and apologize.
Honestly, Adam, you are so fucking ahead. I think that you took those texts. You sent out those texts so it could look like you gave a fuck, so you could have proof. You have
Do we have,
screenshots.
do you think Michael and Boston over are liars? Do you want to like question them because they all know this?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think
Sorry.
Housephone just trying to get off his feelings.
Yeah, but I'm saying the feelings are, I don't think are very connected to reality when you
No,
saw how hard I
no,
was trying to
no,
get it deleted, right?
No, you gotta.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm a big proponent of facts don't care about your feelings. But this whole situation was based off of feelings. And then how dare Adam? He just literally said that the person that they interviewed would feel some type of way if they did not release the content. GTFO, my boy. Get it together. Get it together. And of course Housephone's gonna get emotional and he's gonna feel hurt. And there's gonna be a lot of actions as a result of the way that he's feeling, as a result of what you put out.
Yeah, let him get his shit off.
Okay,
Yeah,
let
let
him
him
get
get
it. I can't like sit here and have you lie about me either.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not. What did I lie about?
You're saying that I
That's how
doctored
you
the
feel
text
about it.
messages?
I said that you could have done that, and that's not something I will put past you.
But
It's
you think
honestly a lot of
everybody
shit.
in this office is in on that? You think
it,
that that's
it
actually
don't
what
matter.
happened?
None of that matters, Adam. Because at the end of the day, you had the power to either not release it or to make sure that you did the due diligence to edit the shit out all the way.
And that is
And
a
you-
big part of why I
you
did
did
it because I wish that I rewatched it so I could have said,
Exactly.
hey, you guys.
And guess
fucked
what?
up.
And guess what? You could wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda, all that, but at the end of the day, it came the fuck out, bro. And you, at the end of the day, you could put the blame on Mikey, you could put the blame on Bossa Nova, but bro, I called you, and your fucking tone from the moment that I called you, nigga, you was typing away on the computer. It sounded like you didn't give a
That
fuck
is
about
not
what
true.
I was talking about.
To be honest, if I was kind of like weirdly quiet during that conversation, it was because I wasn't really sure what you were saying because you were still like denying that anything even happened, but then
Yeah,
also
but-
really asked me to take it out. So if I was kind of quiet, it was because I was
Wow.
trying to wrap my head around exactly what was happening in this
At
conversation.
the end of the day, bro,
Wow.
that's not up to you to decide whether it happened, whether it didn't happen.
That
I
part.
don't owe you an explanation about what the fuck I do outside
That
of these
part.
office doors. I didn't have to tell you at that moment that it happened or it didn't happen or whatever the fuck.
Right, and I'm not saying that you owe me an explanation in that regard. I'm just saying I was trying to figure out what the fuck we were going to do with the podcast that we just recorded.
And again, That's the problem that you don't see. You give a fuck more about a podcast and about you angering some
That's not true.
random,
Tell 'em.
I tried to edit the
person.
whole thing.
Tell him.
I
So what Adam22 is doing wrong right here? I see a lot of people do this when they're trying to justify their actions, and they might not even be trying to quote unquote win the situation, but maybe trying to soften it by saying, hey, but my intentions weren't to do this, or hey, but I didn't mean to do that, and oh, I thought I did enough. The fact of the matter is that you didn't do enough. You weren't thoughtful enough. You weren't considerate enough. Your empathy was just out the door, but your willingness to play your friends and to get a bag off of them and their life story took precedence.
them to edit it. Like I know that you're mad and I'm mad about how it all happened, but
Also, sorry, what he should be doing is listening to Housephone right now. He should be listening to the person that he hurt instead of, look at that. I mean, he's, you know what I mean? And I doubt that that's pain that he's feeling because he hurt his friend. Because if it was pain that he hurt his friend, it wouldn't be so disrespectful. He wouldn't be cutting him off. He would be listening to what Housephone actually has to say. And in the end, even if it took fucking 3,000 apologies, he would be giving them. What can I do to make it better? I am so sorry. None of that.
I don't feel like it's
That I
fair
can't.
for
I
you to
couldn't
claim
sleep.
that I
I couldn't
fucking
sleep.
did this
Oh
on
my
purpose.
God, I've been so hurt about this, Adam. You don't give a fuck. You thought that you
really
had,
feel like that,
Adam, you thought that you had one up on me. You thought that you had a fucking joke. You thought it was gonna be funny. Everybody was gonna laugh at me. Ha ha. Housephone fucking trans bitch. And you thought it was gonna be. You thought the backlash that you're getting. You thought it was gonna be back on me. That's what.
Woo, that
I
part.
just don't understand. I can't believe that you actually think that that's actually what I wanted to happen.
Well, phone.
Bro. Okay. Hold on.
What did he
That's
expect?
hard for me to believe.
Wait a minute.
It's hard for me to
If
believe.
you really think that after all these years, the connection between us is not a real friendship, that's good to know because I was under the impression that we did have a real friendship during all these years.
Bro.
Would a friend do that to you? And just because Adam22 might not care if that gets put out there in the world, does that mean that it doesn't matter to Housephone? Why do you get to decide that, Adam? You don't have that much power.
I'm glad that I now know.
Bro. Don't try to do some mental.
Wait a minute. And now he's playing the victim card. Oh, we're not friends. Good to know. Bruh, you showed him that you weren't friends when you put him through this. Get over it.
I'm not going to finish the message. I'm just being real. You're talking as if we have never had a real friendship, and I was under a different
Okay,
impression.
all right. Let's do this then. Bro, I've been working with you for almost 7 years, bro. This is not the first time where you did some fuck ass shit and I just used to just let the shit slide.
Boom.
I always have had your back. I've always stood beside you. I have lost genuine friendships, genuine business connections because people didn't fuck with you back then and you know why.
I know, and that's
Nigga, my own mother looked at me like, I don't know about this guy. And I'm like, no, hold on, mom.
Even Housephone's mother can tell. I don't know. At this point, what Housephone is saying that, then he should have expected it to be his turn. A leopard doesn't change its spots. And just because you're a friend doesn't mean that you will be absolved of the way that this person maneuvers and what they do.
Oh, bro. Nigga, you called me when we went on tour with Smoke Bird and Lil Pump, and you said, you can't come back on this tour because they don't want you back on the tour. And you know what I did? I sat there and I was like, you know what, bro? From a business point, I understand. I had nothing to say. Am I right or am I wrong?
no, that's exactly what happened.
Bro, Niggas had all type of rape allegations against you. Niggas was trying to cancel me because I knew you. Just for knowing you, I was about to get canceled.
And when you say all that shit,
Come on, bro.
that's why.
I mean, do I even need to say anything? I'm not just going to put the onus all on Adam, even though Adam fucked up royally. But this is a pattern. This is a pattern. This is what he does. He even has a grape situation going on. And this is who you choose to align yourself with. People need to make better decisions. I'm tired of people. I'm really tired of people.
It was. so
Choose better,
important
do
to
better.
get together.
It wasn't important to you, bro. You didn't give a fuck, nigga. I heard your tone of voice, bro. I knew as soon as the words started coming out of my mouth that I was wasting my fucking breath and you didn't give a fuck. I knew that right then.
I mean, then why did I text the team and help and tell them to leave? Bro, like, if you really believe that. Like,
Bro.
even if you weren't somebody that I've been close with for all these years from the beginning of the business, I still would have wanted to edit it out because I just think it's wrong for somebody who's a host on the platform to be exposed by somebody who comes on
You
the
think that
platform
is
like
wrong?
that.
You think that is wrong? But
We
the
did
fact
the same thing for Almighty the other day on the Blueface interview.
you think that is wrong, but she commented saying some funny ass shit on your Instagram on the reel that you made with her at the AVN before you did the interview, and then all of a sudden you were interviewing her the next day or the next week.
I talked to you about it, and you said,
Wow.
no, nothing like that would happen.
Wow.
Which
That was after you
I
already
believe
interviewed her.
No, that was before.
So then why push the
You
issue?
interviewed her that Monday.
I interviewed her, probably Monday morning.
So listen, my whole thing is you knew from the beginning that she knew me in some capacity. Am I right or am I wrong?
I mean, I saw that comment that she left. That was. I didn't even know that you did the song together.
Wow.
So what was the whole purpose of the interview and all of that if you wasn't trying to be funny?
The whole purpose of the
Wow.
interview was because me and Danny had talked about her on that episode, and then she was like kind of offended, like halfway offended by something that I said in describing the conversation that we had in that TikTok, and she wanted to come on the show, and we figured that it would be.
Actually, she got offended that she wasn't tagged in the TikTok because you didn't give her props. That person, I saw that interview, was the most pointless interview I have ever seen in my whole life. Even when they were on the debate with Blair White and Buck Angel, useless. But Adam likes to be around people that are hypersexual, that are extremely promiscuous. So he probably has some weird whatever in his mental mind going on about this person. And who knows? Who knows?
And like she did drop that comment, but then I asked you like, what was that? And you said, I don't. That's absolutely not
What
true.
am I supposed to say?
But if you had
You
said that,
but
then
I'm you, Adam.
like,
What the fuck am I supposed to
I
say?
don't blame you for not wanting to tell
I'm
me.
not gonna tell you anything about my
But
personal
that if you had said exactly what happened, then I probably.
Because he knows him, because he knows what he will do. And Adam had no respect when Housephone said, don't release it. First thing he said. And Adam said, okay, we'll edit it down. He has no control. And just because you have money and just because you've made money on the internet does not mean that you know how to run a business, that you know how to manage people. And apparently it doesn't make you a good person. So, yeah. Find better idols, people.
Done that because I would have known how awkward the situation was going to be.
Let me give you another example. We sat here on the old office, me, you, and AD. I told y'all, I started telling y'all a story about how I had just talked to my dad, and y'all were like, oh, like, we never heard you speak about your dad before, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, because he literally beat my mom almost to death in front of me when I was a little kid. You made a joke calling my mom a bitch in front of my face as a joke,
Oh
You made a
my
joke about
God.
this domestic violence between my dad and my mom.
I
Why'd you stay
apologize, man.
friends with
I apologize now.
him?
I
This is not-
misunderstood.
Why do you stay friends with somebody like this? Why would you work with somebody like this? Was the money worth it? Was the money worth it? Hello? Anybody? Hello? Is the money worth it? My guys, come on, let's get it together.
Conversation was about.
You didn't misunderstand shit.
I mean, I didn't want to.
You be on some fucking
The
bullshit,
tone of
bro.
the joke was not the way I meant for it to come. I apologize. It was a
The
fucking-
tone of everything is not how it's meant to be come out with you, bro. You've been doing this shit for years, Adam. I don't know what type of weird animosity you got towards me. I don't know what it is,
You
bro.
really think that? You really
Yes,
think
bro.
I have animosity
Yes,
towards you?
bro.
I've given you a show on my platform. I've kept you on the platform
But you
all
did-
these years.
you
I
did
give you
me
a
a
billion
show.
fucking chances of when you weren't showing up, and I understand.
You
And
knew
why?
I wasn't showing up.
Why? Because
Because his mother died. Because he was feeling depressed because his mother died. My goodness. Adam's like a saint over here. Look at him. My gosh. Okay.
always felt like me and you actually had a real friendship, which I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, do I feel hurt that you just basically told me that you don't think that? I mean, yeah, like that was kind of surprising to me. And I understand how angry you are, and I understand how much business let you down. Okay, well, I think I have some small understanding. And
Nigga, I had to talk to
we
my
really
sister
let
about
you
this
down,
shit
bro.
yesterday.
Like I 100% want you to understand how
And
much
then
I
you're so
get.
pussy. You're so pussy. You couldn't even sit here and talk to me about this shit last week. Nigga, you were so scared that you had to fucking cancel the
But
show.
you
Woo!
Cancel the show. Because you had already canceled the show between both of them. You
Uh-oh.
didn't say nothing to me. You were gonna let me just pull up here.
At that
And
point,
waste
I
my
had
fucking time.
texted you like 3 times that you didn't respond to.
Yeah, for what? So you could try to be like, hey bro,
Hey,
are we
conversation
good, bro? Hey bro, are we good? Are we good? Like, nigga, you just wanna save face.
So I'm going to bring up a point. This is what happens when people do not hold their boundaries. You're not going to lose your job if you tell your boss, Adam, hey, this is my line, don't cross it. I will work for you. I will do this, that, and the other thing for you. All of these other things we can talk about, but this stuff, this barrier right here is not for you. And it's definitely not for the internet. But what I think, and I'm making an assumption here, and I know what they say about assumptions, whatever. I'm going to make an assumption here that these people that Adam has around him don't call him out on his BS. They don't hold him accountable for the things that he does. And then when he tries to pacify a situation and say, oh no, I didn't mean it like that, you got it all wrong, this and that, they let it go. And when you let it go, you're teaching that person, where are you? That person right there, you are teaching him how to treat you. You are saying, I might say something if you make me feel uncomfortable or I don't like it, but in the end, I'm going to forgive you and we're going to move on. So there is culpability here on both ends. And I'm not going to say that this is Housephone's fault, but he has accountability. Everybody has accountability in their own situations. And if you don't hold your boundaries strong enough with a friend, especially, things like this can happen very easily. I've seen it a million times. A million times. If more people were to tell Adam22, no, that's not okay, I'm not going to stand for it and I'm not going to put up for it, I bet you he would change. He would switch up. He would lose all those people. All those people that help him make those millions, however many millions he makes a month, 1 million, 2 million. It would affect his pocket. And that's where he feels. That's where his feelings are, in his bank account.
You were so worried about looking like a bad friend that you are not like. You're so worried about looking like a bad friend versus actually being a bad friend. Like you just
I
want.
was trying to be a good friend. That's like the main thing. I just wish
Being a
that
good
you
friend with being a good friend, bro. You sold me down the river for fucking 40,000 views.
But do you really
50,000
think
views,
that?
bro.
You really think that?
Bro,
Like, you actually
permanently altered
Sorry,
my life.
Housephone, but we
saw
need
those text
ratings.
messages, and you
permanently
really believe that I did that to you on purpose?
I don't believe.
Danny Mullins said it. Sorry, Housephone, but we needed the ratings. Oh, and if you don't know, Danny Mullen is Adam22's co-host on his other podcast.
On purpose, you handled it poorly afterwards. You didn't hear the sincerity in my voice. You didn't hear the worrisomeness in my voice.
I did,
I
and that's
feel like-
why I told them to delete it.
Nigga, you would have deleted the whole fucking interview, Adam.
I mean,
Doesn't matter if they would have deleted it. It was already out. People already downloaded it, uploaded it, shared it. My boy. Why is he acting like he doesn't know how the internet works? Why are you acting like you don't know how the internet works? Sir.
respect, yes, I wish we did that.
It's all I wish afterwards, nigga.
Well, I
I
can't
had to
predict
talk
the
to my
future, dude.
sister about this
I
shit.
know, and
My
you know
sister
how much
has
that bothers me?
My sister has nothing to do with any of this shit, bro.
I agree.
She had to call me because my other family members was worried that I was gonna fucking commit suicide, Adam.
He's been through
You're a
so
fucking piece of
much.
shit, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. It don't matter about if you did the shit on purpose or not. You keep trying to clear your name. You keep trying to put the shit on other people. You're so fucking pussy. Bro,
But how can I
you're
sit
so
here-
pussy. You couldn't sit here and talk to me like this last
Like
week.
a man.
I've worked with you for 7 years.
I
You have
asked
never
you-
Like an adult.
canceled anything
I can go back to the text right now. I asked you to come
Like a
in and
respectable
talk to me.
person.
after I was already on the way and
I
turned
know
around and all
I
that other
talked to
shit,
you.
bro.
You said I'm on the way there. I said, okay, good, let's talk. And then house phone.
Again.
What did I say? The text message. Me and you agreed to have the conversation one-on-one last week, right?
Wow.
Did we or not?
Adam, you always have some
But
weird.
now you're saying
you
I'm
have
pussy
some
when
weird
we agreed
cryptic-
to that last week, and then
you
you
always
said,
have
nah,
some
never mind, I
weird-
don't want it.
You always have some weird cryptic motives
What are you talking about?
where you're trying to isolate me and talk to me one-on-one. Nigga, you didn't care about not putting me on blast. You didn't care about not putting me on blast in general. Why the fuck would I give you the same courtesy to come talk to you before
The
show?
decency.
Nigga,
But we were supposed to do the show live together.
The decency.
I know, and that's what we were supposed to do. And then you said, I actually don't feel like it, so I'm not going to do it.
Nigga, because I knew you had already canceled the show. I was playing stupid with your dumb
But then me and you agreed to do the show together. Like, literally, I could read the whole fucking text messages right now.
Read whatever you want, Adam. At the end of the day,
I mean, I will gladly
You
post it if
canceled-
they want, but
you canceled the show.
because I
Hours
thought you weren't
before.
coming in and I didn't think it was right that we do the podcast without you.
When the fuck did you ever feel like that
Dude,
before?
but that was the
When did
motivation.
you ever
right?
feel like that before, Adam?
There was never a situation like this with you before where we had this much of a thing that was floating in the air that we hadn't discussed.
I think we should let Phone just get his feelings out.
Yeah, let him say. I definitely want
Yeah,
to get his
let-
feelings off, but
yeah,
I have to correct the record when
Nah,
he's
let
saying
him-
stuff that isn't true.
Let him get his shit off.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I mean,
Let
if
him
I
get
haven't
his
let
shit
him
His
get his
shit,
shit off,
What did I say? What did I say that wasn't true?
his life has been permanently altered. Can't nobody tell this man how to feel.
Nope.
Regardless of whatever the fuck you think he's saying right now, he has every right to feel the way
Yep.
he feels right now. Let him pop his shit.
And that's what I was about to say earlier is like you don't have to get too specific, but the shit that you've been going through. Like,
Man, let Cuz talk.
You
Let
feel
him
me?
do. Let Cuz get his shit off.
period.
Number one rule in conflict resolution, I'm lying, it's not my number one rule, but it is a great rule in conflict resolution, is when someone else is speaking, Adam, and you know what happens when you stop talking? You can actually hear better and you're listening more. Now, I think that this is obviously an emotional situation. I'm not going to claim that Adam22 is emotional about it. I would be emotional, just as emotional as Housephone, if not more, if somebody that I cared about did something like this to me. Adam needs to STFO and listen. I'm so glad that Lush and AD actually spoke up because they were being a little too quiet for my comfort, actually. I was going to bring it up. I was going to be like, why are they not saying anything? But they said the right things. Adam needs to be quiet and listen.
Like, I'm not even like surprised about even the way you're reacting right now, bro. You've been like this, bro. You want to look like the good guy. You want to look like you cared so much. You wanted to edit it, but that's just not the truth, bro.
I mean,
sat there.
So
but we
sad.
have everybody in this office can confirm that is how that was supposed to go.
It's not. You hear how you keep saying shoulda, coulda, woulda?
I'm talking about what
Ooh, I
actually
hate that.
happened. I know how bad it is that it happened.
You're
I'm
not
talking about the fact that
The right thing to say, swear on everything that I love, is not the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Okay? It is in any conflict. I am sorry that I hurt you, that I made you feel this way. In the future, I will do this instead, and I am sorry. You're giving complete resolution there. You're saying next time something like this, or even that is reminiscent, or that I might think that might make you feel a certain type of way, instead of just going off of what I think is best, how about I include you, sir, in the discussion and have a plan of attack? That is how you apologize. That is literally how you apologize. And how you bring something up into a discussion so it doesn't turn into an argument is you say, when you do this, I feel like this. So next time you do this, I would prefer it if you did that instead of doing what you did. You treat people how to treat you. I'm not going to stop saying it because there are so many situations, friendships, that my friends are having, relationships that I know of or that I've been in. And, you know, I think that sometimes people get caught up in not wanting to look like the bad guy, and get caught up in not wanting not that they don't want these things, but like their ego gets in the way and there's no humility and it comes off as being insincere. So even though that Adam is sitting here and quote unquote listening to Housephone, because he's not, you could see it. There's three other people there, Adam, and they get it and you don't get it. You're the common denominator in your problems. Fix it.
tried to make it not happen.
It don't matter about it. What the fuck you tried to do, Adam. It's about what happened, bro.
And yeah.
And then let's move forward to that bullshit ass apology you gave when you're on the fucking news.
Woo.
You're talking about, yeah, he's been going through the mom shit. He's been going through the health shit. You're talking about the person that fucking raised me, that birthed me,
That
my
died.
best friend that died. Oh, just he's been going through the mom shit.
But are you actually acting like I have some kind of disrespect for your mom when I fucking
Disrespectful as fuck.
I paid for the fucking
First of all,
funeral as soon as it happened just because.
Oh my God, Adam needs to take off his jacket for what? How dare he though? I paid for her funeral. Don't fucking talk about it. If that's your friend, oh well. You can pay for something, and guess what? That doesn't mean that you get to treat people like garbage. That was so rude. That was so rude. Wow. Wow. I don't even
Please no cussing.
I don't even know what to actually how to end this. I think I've said everything that I needed to say as it was playing. But man, to say that that's a hostile work environment is like the bare minimum. I feel so bad for Housephone that he's having to go through this and deal with it and it having to be publicized. It's horrible. I hope that anybody who's watching this or somebody out there in, YouTube land can look at this and take it as a learning opportunity. You don't have to experience everything to learn a lesson. This is a hell of a lesson to learn. Loyalty, respect, respecting yourself, respecting your friends, respecting the friendship. That's 3 relationships with 2 people. In 2 people, you're actually in a relationship with 3, even if it's just your friend, with yourself, with them, and then your friendship. If it means something to you, act like it does. That doesn't mean be perfect, and that definitely doesn't mean not to make any mistakes, but be accountable, be responsible, and communicate. That's it. If anybody in your life has a problem with you saying, hey, I don't like it when you do this, those are not your people. You're not eliminating them. They're eliminating themselves. Watching this just kind of made me sad. It kind of made me sad. I don't know. But yeah, I said what I had to say. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button. Let me know how you feel in the comments, because I am so interested. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to end the night. Be good.